What is going on, guys? Big Cloud here, back again. Okay, so a lot of you guys been hitting me up. My phone's been going off left and right. Let me apologize for a second. I've actually been having a little cold here, and I've been fighting it off, so that's why I haven't really been on here. So excuse me. I'm actually back now. I'm feeling okay, a little better, so I should be good for tomorrow. So definitely can't wait for tomorrow. But anyway, let's get into this. So Sony's new update for the system, this new firmware update that pretty much happened, is basically allowing Sony to put, remote play on iOS devices. A lot of people are getting this particular decision from Sony mixed up, and they believe that this is pretty much compatible, if not on the same level as Xbox Play Anywhere. Microsoft's Xbox Play Anywhere, you guys already know the story. It basically allows you to play all Xbox One games. It's the new policy of Microsoft, where all their games are available on these particular platforms, whatever listed, and you can play their games natively on that said console or particular platform. So you can play your games that are Xbox on PC, you can play those games on Android, and of course now they're even working on bringing that to the Nintendo Switch, as Game Pass is going towards the Nintendo Switch supposedly. And of course Microsoft is even going the extra mile to create Nintendo's new online infrastructure. So this is something that's been going around. A lot of people are getting this mixed up with the whole remote play. Remote play has been around since the PSP, the first generation PSP, before we got the PSP 3000, etc., etc. We had the original PSP, which launched with the place, or around pretty much near the end of the PS2's life cycle. We got the PSP. It was like, during around that time, and then when the PS3 launched, they came out with the idea of remote play, and then remote play was a thing, and then of course the PSP was eventually discontinued, and the PS Vita took over, and the PS Vita was supposedly going to be their next, seller and the successor to the PSP. Unfortunately, the PS Vita did not do the numbers that was projected to do, and overall it just flopped. It didn't do the sales numbers at all. It hardly sold at all, but it did, it did leave an impact on a lot of gamers, because they actually did believe that it was a good piece of hardware. Unfortunately, there was a lot of things that contributed to this, the failure of the PS Vita, such as memory stick prices, etc., etc. Even the fact that the console, or I'm sorry, the device didn't have its own games that really pushed it out there as a must-have device. You got to keep in mind they were competing with Nintendo when Nintendo had all the Pokemons, and of course they had the 3DS gimmick, vice versa. So this was definitely something that was hurting them overall. Now, looking at the situation right now with this whole iOS device, Lord, some people believe, again, they're using this as a, they're using this as fire, or I'm sorry, as gasoline to fuel the fire, which is the console war, and they're saying that it is pretty much a wrap for all console, or I'm sorry, it's a wrap for all PlayStation dudes, because their games are no longer exclusive to PlayStation. This particular feature, okay, this is a feature. At the end of the day, it's a feature, and you need the actual Android, or I'm sorry, not the Android, but the iOS device plus the app. But here's the thing, here's the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. This is streaming. So how it works is, for those of you that do not know what remote play is, it's something that's strictly on your PS4. In order for you to run remote play, you need a PlayStation 4 console, you need a PS4 controller, obviously, to play the game, and of course, you would need a PSN account, and vice versa, your game. And after you have that, then you can stream it to the actual device. This is not running natively on the device. This is not like Microsoft releasing their games on something like the Nintendo Switch or PC and giving you free roam to go all out with customization and whatnot. That is actually releasing it natively on the console. That right there is devaluing it overall. Now, for those of you that might try to spin this and go, but what about what y'all say? It's on more than one platform. It's not exclusive. Well, unfortunately, it's not on the other platforms. It's a feature that just allows you to do this. And the reason, again, I pretty much, if you put two and two together, I pretty much explain why they would do this particular decision, or make this decision to put their games on this iOS, app. The main reason why they're doing this, people, is because, and I quote, the PlayStation, the PSP and the PlayStation Vita are pretty much discontinued. They're no longer out there on the market. Sony's not pushing handhelds anymore. They don't have any handhelds to push that. They tried to push handhelds, if you guys remember, with crossplay and whatnot with the PS3 games. They tried that heavily with the PS Vita. They don't want to go through the hassle no more. So therefore, this is an option that allows you to do it. As far as how the quality is, again, we don't know the quality. A lot of people are not testing it, but judging from the reviews, I guess it's okay. It's got like a 4.6 or something like that on the review, so whatever, there you go. But that's it. That's all there is to it. It's not like Microsoft. Microsoft wants to be the Netflix of gaming. They want to go heavily into becoming the Netflix of gaming. And in order for them to become the Netflix of gaming, Microsoft has no choice but to put every single thing they own on the service and actually push that service as their go-to source for income. That's what they want to do. And speaking of Microsoft, now, it's interesting as well, too, looking at the situation. Microsoft's diskless Xbox, aka the Maverick, which we talked about numerous times. Now, what's funny about the Maverick, okay? What's funny about the Maverick and the Anaconda, right? And the Lockhart. These names were all leaked by Brad Sams. He is a YouTuber, but he also does kind of have, he does work in the industry, so he does have a lot of credibility to his name. He leaked these names, and a lot of people have since been speculating, but a lot of people did not want to believe that Microsoft would release one, if not two, or even 3 or 4 consoles into the market. Unfortunately, it turns out that that is most certainly true, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to release more than just 2 consoles that we know for a fact are coming, and that's the Anaconda and the Lockhart. Now, for those of you that are confused, allow me to break that down once again. The Xbox Anaconda is basically the successor to the Xbox One X, and it is their new next-gen console that will be their more powerful option, and it could potentially be their more expensive option. Lockhart is the exact same thing of what I just said, but it's going to be a cheaper option. Now, how exactly is it going to be cheaper? And this is where I'm going to get into this theory with this Maverick console. Right now, the consoles are not done in terms of their final designs, right? We don't know. We know that the specifications are done, but we just haven't gotten them revealed yet to us. We know that for a fact that's more than likely done, especially with Microsoft supposedly showing these new consoles at E3, right? This is going to be at E3. E3 is looking hella spooky. Supposedly EA is not even going to be at E3, so E3 is definitely going to be all for Microsoft, if that's the truth, right? You know, it's going to be all Microsoft, so Microsoft's going to have all the spotlight in the world to blow away gamers. But Microsoft, after what I'm looking at here, all you're doing is confirming my suspicions that I've had for the longest. Now, I did a video a while back called The Sinister Truth Behind the Diskless Xbox One S. Before, obviously, it was called the Maverick. The diskless Xbox One S is now being called the Xbox One S All Digital Edition. Now, I have my theories about this. And my theories was that Microsoft is really want to test the waters to see if gamers will actually buy a system that actually is diskless and doesn't need disk at all, and so they can actually take advantage of that and push the market and have their games on this console and have, you know, don't even have to worry about disk anymore and just go, full on digital. Remember, what have we been seeing with Microsoft? They've been creating Microsoft AI. They're doing xCloud, the new xCloud service. They're really pushing their infrastructure, and they're even, you know, doubling down on trying to get their network down packed with this, right? This has been their new thing. And I looked at a few videos regarding this console, and one thing I forgot all about, and shout out to Review Tech USA, he actually brought this up, and it was actually pretty interesting. I'm surprised a lot of people probably didn't remember this, but apparently Microsoft was working on a policy supposedly for Maverick, and the policy will work is if you have all your games physically, let's say you have an Xbox One S, by default, right? And you want to upgrade to this Xbox all digital. You can take all your physical games that you actually own on the Xbox One and take that to your GameStop, show that to your GameStop, you know, store clerk or representative, and they will give you digital codes for each of those games, and you can download those games to the actual console when you get home and have them on your library and go about your business. Now, again, how exactly is Microsoft going to offer a cheaper version of the Xbox Anaconda? Well, the proof and the answer is right in front of you with the Xbox Maverick console. The Xbox Maverick console is more than likely going to serve more of a purpose aside from just being an option where you can take advantage of Project xCloud. Because remember, this was supposedly the cop-out for Microsoft. It was going to be there so you can take advantage of the xCloud and have, you know, a little glimpse of their diskless future, but they didn't, obviously they didn't say diskless future, but they want to give you a little hint of the future that they have planned for you, as, you know, for all you gamers out there, that this is the future that they want for you. And that's basically what they want to do. And looking at the system as is, again, this is again, it just confirms my suspicions. It really does. You gotta look at the console. If Microsoft is gonna release the Xbox Anaconda, and let's say the Xbox Anaconda has all the top of the line, you know, parts in it, right? And they can bring it up to $500. Who's to say Microsoft wouldn't go the extra mile to probably push it to $600? Now I know a lot of you go, well, there's no way they'll push a $600 console. That's fanboy talk. Well, not necessarily. There are people who will buy a $600 console if given the option. You know, if given the option, and of course they had a cheaper one as well. Now, how would they get you to buy the cheaper option? Again, it will have a diskless option, and they'll probably have the consumer, you, look at the Maverick version, which a lot of us, you know, who are the hardcore gamers, we're not gonna fall for that trend. We'll see, like, okay, I see what y'all did there. Y'all released a more expensive console, and you basically copied the formula from Maverick and incorporate that into Lockhart. A lot of us hardcore gamers are gonna know exactly what they're doing, but to the casuals, they're gonna look at that and go, so this one's $600, $500. Obviously, I'm exaggerating with $600. Not really saying it, but you know, $600, $500, right? And this one right here is a cheaper version, which they can probably knock off another $100, which will probably bring it down to $4 something. There you go. That's the way they're going to do it. They're going to get rid of disk drive and offer that. There's no way they're going to offer you a cheaper option with the Anaconda and have the disk drive in there. I doubt they'll do it. I doubt it, guys. I really doubt it. I don't see that being the thing. You know, remember, we're talking about them coming out with a little Roku-sized Xbox, right? This is what they've been wanting to do, a little Roku-sized Xbox-like box where they want to stream your games. And again, this is what it all adds up to. That Maverick is just going to be there for now to test the waters of the service. But who's to say Project Anaconda and Lockhart are not going to really push the service? It will be very unwise of Microsoft to just ditch their plans with the Maverick and the service route, right? And then go with a traditional console for both the Lockhart and the Anaconda. There's going to have to be an option somewhere where you can have the option to jump from one another. One's going to be disc and one is going to be diskless. I have that theory right now. You heard it here first. I believe that's what they're going to do. So the Xbox Maverick will be coming to you guys, and you can pre-order it on April 2019. Question is, are you going to pre-order this? You see? There you go. And this brings up some good points too. Oversaturating the market. What's on the market right now when it comes to Xbox consoles and products? We have the Xbox One, the S, the Xbox One X, and now you have the Xbox One S All Digital Edition. That's 4 consoles already on the marketplace. And in 2019, we're going to get the reveal of the Xbox Lockhart and Anaconda. So that's another 2. Ladies and gentlemen, that's another 2. There you go. If that's not oversaturating the market, I don't know what is, people. I really don't. That's 6 consoles out there on the market. 6. Versus how many for PlayStation and Nintendo. Nintendo is rumored to come out with a Switch Mini or XL, right? That's the rumor. It's really a mini. It's going to be a better, more streamlined Switch that's coming. So that's going to be 2 for Nintendo with the Switch. Sony has the PlayStation 4 Slim, the PS4 Pro, And they do have the standard PS4, but no longer. They're no longer selling it, but there was the standard PS4. So if you want to count that, fine, that's 3. But, you know, there you go. Again, there's not really much confusion there. Gamers know what the difference between the Pro and the PS4, so therefore there's no confusion. The casuals know which one they want. If you want 4K, you know, you want to take advantage of 4K abilities and use the techniques to have a better picture, you go with the PS4 Pro, and you have the PS4 in general just to play your games if you don't want a Pro, and it's a cheaper version at that. There you go. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard, people. It's not hard at all. And that's a problem for Microsoft, man. It's a problem. Again, I'm not here to bash it. Obviously, I'm not bashing. I'm talking to you as a gamer. I'm being very calm with this because, you know, this is what happens when we, you know, when people allow stuff to slip under the rug and they, you know, they focus on little stuff that don't matter. Come on, let's be real here. A lot of you know what remote play is, but a lot of you were pushing this whole argument of remote play because you obviously wanted to get a few in on the Sony dudes, right? A lot of you guys really wanted that, which is fine. I mean, I can understand completely. You know, a lot of people really look at this generation as like that, so that's fine. I can respect that completely. Fine, whatever. But again, even looking at that, was you focusing on that, you missed the bigger picture on what's really happening. Microsoft is really going down the wrong road right now in terms of not only marketing, but just a few other things. We're still waiting on games here, and I know people are going to hit me with the excuse for Ryan, they're coming. Okay, fine, they're coming, but we're still waiting. That's my point. We're still waiting. And that's going to continue to be a thing with Microsoft. So there you go. All right, so again, I don't want nobody arguing in the comment section. I don't want none of you guys arguing. I really don't. I want you guys to come together and talk like logical gamers. Come on, be real here. This is not me trying to egg on anybody. I'm just being real with y'all. You got to look at the consoles. You got to look at the direction, and everything speaks for itself. Don't listen to people who claim that this all digital world is perfect. And listen, I advise you guys to go check out Scumcast's latest episode. It's probably by far one of the funniest episodes of all time, because a certain somebody believed that if you have a game on disc, you need the internet to play that game on disc, whether it be a single player game or a multiplayer game. You need the internet just to play it, because apparently you buying a game on disc is you buying a license, and the internet needs to, you know, confirm that license when you plug it in. Even though it's not like when you got your PS4 games, you know, like back when I got my PS4, I had my Assassin's Creed, what was it, Black Flag, right? I had my Call of Duty Ghost. You know what happened when I got my system and I plugged it in? Before I took a picture of the box and everything, right? I took it out, unplugged it, didn't even plug it to the internet. I immediately just turned it on, plugged the disc in, and immediately played my game. And the first game I played for the PlayStation 4 was Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and that ended up being the first platinum I got for the PlayStation 4 was Black Flag. Didn't need no internet, and I still don't need no internet to download no games. I'm just saying. The information's on the disc, but you know, these are the people, right? These people who don't know that basic information are trying to tell you that all digital and consoles is the right way to go for the future. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is not the case whatsoever. The moment all digital takes over consoles in general, where there's no longer you owning the game and you being at the mercy of your internet service provider, well, yeah. That's another argument for another day, I think, right? Because again, what makes consoles what they are? We do. We made the consoles what they are because we fought for these consoles. We fought for better games. We fought for better control and quality. And that has led to the PlayStation 4. That led us to the PlayStation 1, the 2, the 3. That led us from the original Xbox One to the 360, which is Microsoft's best console. And then eventually that led us to the Xbox One. And ironically, even though they messed up on that front, you guys, speaking with your wallet, man, and better, led to the X. Unfortunately, Microsoft missed the opportunity to deliver on the game portion, and again, it's up to you to to push them in the right direction. That's all. Look at Nintendo, the Wii to the Wii U. You know, it happens on all sides, but it all comes down to you at the end of the day and what you're willing to say, and what you're willing to do to push these companies to deliver the best experience and the best value for you. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the facts. Okay? So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, and please hit that like button, smash that like button. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys again for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for the RGT podcast. I want to give a massive shout out to Player United Gaming. Thank you so much for the info. I've been slacking a little bit, but really I've been sick again. I haven't really been on here, so thank you, appreciate it. It was a little refreshing that he actually had some cool stuff to talk about. So those particular things he knows I'm talking about, I'm gonna save for tomorrow, and we're definitely gonna have a cool discussion for all the Xbox supporters out there. Hope you guys also can at least relate to this video and understand where I'm coming from. I don't want none of you guys arguing with me or anybody in the comment section. I just want you guys to really understand where I'm coming from, and obviously if you have a difference of opinion, share it with everybody in the comments section. Do not be afraid to share your opinion. Just let me know how you feel. All right, but I welcome all opinions on this channel. I'm not like that. I really do. I welcome all opinions, and I hope you guys can at least respect that at least. All right, so yeah, that's the video. I'm definitely gonna go on and get out of here, and I'll see you guys later. Big Cloud signing out.